We're on.
Hi, happy Wednesday. I'm Michelle Plazik with Remax Realty Advantage, and this is,
Kim Malden with Remax Realty Advantage.
and we are here today to talk to you about home market values.
Home values, yeah.
Mhm. And so if you are in a different part of the country listening to us, we probably don't have as much information for you.
For you, yeah.
But we do have some basics.
Yeah. There are some things that are applicable across the board.
One of the things that we talked about before in another one of our videos is that you cannot really tell your home value based on websites such as Zillow or Trulia.
Redfin, yeah.
In different parts of the country.
Hey, Amber. Hey, Rachel.
In Texas, we are a non-disclosure state, so we do not disclose our sales prices to the general public. So therefore, those websites do not have the proper sales prices and cannot determine the value.
They have tax value only, and even they tell you, either we can't determine it or all we have is tax value. So like Zillow gives itself 1 star for Texas.
And so let's talk a little bit about tax values.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the yo and hey y'all. The tax assessor, their job is to get the most amount of money with the least amount of resistance. So typically, they don't want us to dispute very often, although we have been like every year, and I recommend that you do. But typically, they're going to be just under an accurate value for you. We don't often see them overvalue. Sometimes we do, but for the most part, you're going to see that the tax assessor is going to have the value of your home at just below what its actual value should be.
Here in Texas, it's different in different parts of the country. Our tax assessor will reevaluate the tax assessments.
Tax assessor got an angry face. Oh my.
Every year, our tax assessor changes that. In different parts of the country, it's not like that. They don't do that very often, so it will change drastically. So I shouldn't say a good rule of thumb, but a rule of thumb that we sometimes use is that the market value will be at least 5 to 10% of the tax assessment.
Right, yeah.
But it could be a lot more, depending upon whether or not the house has been renovated inside and the tax assessor doesn't know about it.
Or for those of you that are really good at fighting it every single year, hey, hopefully you've been accomplishing that each year, and they have lowered yours, so you may be well below as well.
Let's talk about just in general, the national market has gone up tremendously in the last year. And we have certainly experienced that here in San Antonio. Our average sales price has gone up since last year.
It has.
And we have changed from a seller's market. Last year we were in a total seller's market. And this year we have gained a lot more inventory.
We have.
Which changes the market. It's that old supply and demand thing. If you remember Economics 101, if you took that.
We all had to take it. Some of us just didn't pay much attention.
So the more there's on the market, obviously, the less competition.
Exactly. So we're moving into more of a buyer's market right now, but that doesn't mean that come spring we might go back to a seller's market for a short period of time. It's just going to be kind of a wait and see thing on that.
And how we determine that is by how many houses are for sale currently. So we take all of the houses that are for sale and we think, okay, well, if a certain number of houses are selling each month, then how many months of inventory do we have?
Right. How many months would it take to sell all of the houses currently in the market? And so we call it months of inventory, is how we kind of determine that. And it's 6 months. We're at what we're calling a flat market. So it's neither a seller's or a buyer's market. But when we, like in the past, we've been down, like 3 months of inventory. And so that was a seller's market, because we had way more buyers looking for houses than we had houses available. But now we're moving into a buyer's market, which means we're going to have more qualified buyers out there shopping.
No, we have more inventory.
More inventory, sorry. I was backwards on that. We're going to have more inventory than we have buyers. So the sellers are going to be a little, you're not going to be competing as much, hopefully, with multiple offers on the houses that you're looking at and liking, and not losing bids, hopefully.
Especially right now, November, December is always
Absolutely.
like that because people are
Yes.
still putting their house on the market
They are.
and there are less buyers.
Yes.
When you're determining the value of your house or trying to look at how to market your house or what value to put on it,
Mhm.
there's a lot of things that come into play. That's why you do need to talk to a realtor about that.
Call us.
Because at least in our area, it really is determined not just by the town, but by your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Tremendous. If there's new construction in the area and you have a lot of competition, it's very hard to sell your house, and so the prices of the homes will be lower.
But your value is going up while you have new construction around you too, because they're improving your neighborhood, and so if you're not going to sell right then and there, you're still gaining value while you've got new construction around you. So that's a good thing.
Like right now over in the northwest area of San Antonio, that is definitely a buyer's market right now over there. The inventory is very high, and there's not as many buyers.
Yeah.
AMJ. I have a listing over there on Stillwater Ranch. I'll put in a plug for that one. Yep. Gorgeous home, one story.
It is.
It's only $290, and it is. They're looking for a buyer. So what else do we want? Oh, let's talk a little bit about price per square foot.
Yeah.
So, when we go out and do a comparative market analysis on a home, we're looking at what has sold in the neighborhood. We try to find similar homes, same size.
Right, same size, single story or two story.
And then we look at it, and when we're looking at it, we look at, okay, what kind of amenities do they have? Do they have granite? Do they have new, has there been renovations?
Right.
And we'll take into account the price per square foot.
We do.
But we will look at houses that have not been renovated versus
and
we'll look at the price per square foot.
We really are looking for apples to apples, not apples to oranges, and heaven forbid they throw in a banana.
Yeah.
So
no bananas.
No bananas. Sorry, MJ.
No bananas for you today. So
we're looking for houses that are very similar to one another. So we know that, if you have a house full of carpet and I'm looking for a house that's got wood floor or tile floor, those are apples and oranges. I'm looking for hard surface floors and there's a carpet floor. So that's not going to be an apple and apple. Okay. And as close as we can get is what we're looking for.
Now, the appraiser who goes out there will do a much different kind of an assessment. He doesn't go necessarily by price per square foot, and that's a whole nother video. We'll do that another time. So the price per square foot, now, a lot of times people will say, well, the guy across the street from me, his house sold for $350,000. Right. Why is mine only worth $250,000?
Exactly. And that's where that whole non-disclosure comes in, because you can't get online and go, oh, look, there it is. Sure did. Sold for $350,000. You have to ask your realtor. That'd be us. And, we're going to go and say, oh, well, here, let me show you. This is what it actually sold for.
And this is what it had. He had granite, you didn't, and all you did was paint, and this guy totally renovated. So lots of times that will happen.
Yeah.
People will say, oh, we did so much.
Yeah. And then you have people saying, well, but my house is so much bigger than everybody else's in the neighborhood. It should be worth more. Yeah. Well, you also have to keep in mind that the smaller the house, the higher per square foot price. The larger the house, the lower per square foot price.
That is a very hard concept for some people to understand, but this is the way which you have to think about. That little 1,000 square foot house, or even let's use a 1,200 square foot house, can still have 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. And some of those things are more expensive than others. The bedrooms don't really cost a lot, except for maybe the footprint of the foundation, and the roof over it.
Yep.
The bathroom is where your costs are. So you can have a 1,200 square foot house and a 2,200 square foot house and still have the same number of bathrooms and kitchens, which is where the costs are.
Right.
It doesn't matter what all that other surface area is. So that's why that makes such a difference.
Yeah. And on those 2-story houses that are, much bigger square footage, you're seeing those bathrooms stacked one on top of the other. And so it's really only one set of plumbing and piping. Whereas on the single-story houses, you have all of those components spread out on one level. And so you've got usually a larger foundation, which is costly. And then you're not able to stack those 2 bathrooms on top of each other. So you have twice the cost there, and then you have the bigger roof. Yeah, exactly. So if that helps anyone understand it, there you go. Wow, nice to know. Good. Thank you.
I'm glad you can see it because I can't see it
well,
from here. So I'm saying hi to everybody who's on there.
Okay. She says hi, y'all.
So I guess that's it for today.
Yeah,
If you have any questions, or we have this great
lovely little chart here. So we would be, if you want this information in this great chart form, give us a comment. And hey, Renee joined over there. Give us a comment, and we'll private message you that little graph there. It's really informative. We'd be happy to send it to you.
Yeah.
And of course, you guys, if you're thinking about buying or selling in the next 6 months to a year, it is never too early to call us. So give us a call, and we'll be happy to help. So y'all have a great week.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.